Ever pondered on the question, what if Nigeria wasn't so reliant on the United States dollar? What if the country had its own robust monetary policy that wasn't so heavily influenced by foreign currency? Let's dive into this intriguing topic of de-dollarization and its implications for Nigeria's economy. Nigeria, like many developing nations, has an economy that is significantly dependent on the United States dollar. This dependence stems from several factors. First, Nigeria's main source of foreign exchange earnings and government revenue is crude oil exports, which are priced and paid in US dollars. Second, a large proportion of consumer and capital goods are imported, and these transactions are also carried out in US dollars due to the country's limited domestic production and industrialization. The US dollar has also become a popular choice for high-value domestic transactions, serving as a store of value, a medium of exchange, and a unit of account. This widespread use of the dollar is largely due to a lack of confidence in Nigeria's local currency, the naira. Lastly, the country is susceptible to external shocks and pressures, such as fluctuations in global oil prices, trade and financial sanctions, and currency speculations, which directly affect the supply and demand of US dollars in the foreign exchange market. This heavy reliance on the US dollar has led to a myriad of economic challenges. It has resulted in a loss of monetary policy autonomy and effectiveness for the Central Bank of Nigeria, as it frequently needs to intervene in the foreign exchange market to defend the naira and maintain multiple exchange rates. This limits its capacity to control inflation and interest rates. The value of the naira has eroded, with the official exchange rate depreciating significantly over the past 9 years. Inflation rates have soared, leading to an increase in the cost of living and making business operations more expensive. The country's balance of payments and fiscal position have also deteriorated, with the trade deficit and budget deficit reaching their highest levels in years. This scenario has led to a depletion of foreign exchange reserves and an increase in external debt. The economic growth and development of the country have been hindered due to low levels of investment, productivity, and competitiveness, coupled with high levels of unemployment, poverty, and inequality. So how can Nigeria navigate its way out of this dollar-dependent quagmire? The answer lies in de-dollarization. De-dollarization involves reducing the influence and use of the US dollar in Nigeria's economy. This can be achieved through several measures. First, diversifying the economy away from oil and increasing domestic production can reduce dependence on dollar-denominated exports and imports. Second, strengthening the naira by implementing sound monetary and fiscal policies can restore confidence in the local currency. Third, promoting financial inclusion and literacy can encourage the use of the naira for savings and transactions. Finally, enhancing regional integration and cooperation can provide alternatives to the dollar for international trade and investment. In summary, de-dollarization presents a viable path towards economic sovereignty for Nigeria. It offers a way to regain monetary policy autonomy, restore the value of the naira, reduce the cost of living and doing business, improve the balance of payments and the fiscal position, and stimulate economic growth and development. However, it requires concerted and sustained efforts from all stakeholders, including the government, the central bank, the private sector, and the general public. It's time for Nigeria to chart its own economic destiny, independent of the dollar.